This is my electric bike truck bed storage system. I built a rack out of 2x4s and 3/4 inch plywood, and then I built a bed slide. And originally I had the bed slide with the lowest portion that you see right now, but I didn't like that I was losing that storage up front where the 2x4s crossed over from side to side with the bike rack. And so I built a floating shelf that sits above the 2x4s, and it flexes a little bit, but I allowed for the flex by building a couple of ramp support frames that kind of guide the floating shelf if there's enough weight to deflect it, and they guide it up into the proper level position. Slides out fairly easy. There's no bearings or wheels or anything like that. It's strictly a friction slide on the plastic bed liner. And also I put 1/4 inch ABS plastic on the bottom of the two rails that guide it. And if you notice, up in the front, there's two little 2x4, what I call little ramps, mini ramps, that help bring the floating shelf up into the level position when you push it forward. And if there's any weight on it, it will definitely flex a little bit, but there's enough clearance for it to go ahead and assume that position and give me full storage in the center between the bikes. On this side, you can see the one bike, my wife's bike, and behind it you see part of what I call a track rack or ramp, track ramp, that is basically about 75 inches total length. It allows the tailgate to be closed, and it stores perfectly on top of the wheel well and up to the front, and actually there's no movement when it's in its stowed position. This is made out of 1x6s and 1x3s. And I call it a track ramp because there's no steering involved. Once you get the wheels in here, it does its own thing. So the rack is not, the bikes don't have to be strapped down. They're in their stowed position, and there's a block back here that holds the rear wheel, and then the 2x4s, it sits in a well of the 2x4s in the front. So when I pull it out, it just stays in the track. And I have to guide the wheel, the front wheel just a little bit, but not much. There's no steering involved. And so from here I can go ahead and bring my seat post up, and also bring my, so Lori, come in here, and you can see how the track works, and it guides up into the forward wheel. Well, I got the idea for the frame of the bike rack and how it holds the bike in the front from a couple pictures on Pinterest. Put the bikes back in. Of course, I got to fold the front handlebars down. The seat's already in the down position, all the way down. And then I just have to get it on the track, and I grab the back rack. And you'll notice that it'll fall into place here. And it doesn't have to be strapped in. It just stays there. The track ramp is very light. It stows like that. And I can close the tailgate.